So here's the situation. I'm down at the campsite, Jumanji. Got the smudge pots lit. Gonna spend the night down here. Got a little work to do first though. I've got to go repair the water lifter. So I'm gonna do that. This is a seasonally flooded basin or flat. So the mosquitoes are really tough down here. I saw one of them holding a house cat and the other one biting it. So anyway, let me get my firearm. And everybody asks me, why do you feel the need to wear a pistol? I feel the need to wear a pistol because I saw the movie Deliverance and read the book all in the same day back in the early 70s. So yeah, I wear one. So here I am at the water lifter. You can see the rebar is bent. Might be able to pick it up right now. Nope, I'm gonna have to take the counterbalance off. I got a big I-beam down here for the counterbalance. It's gonna have to come off. Okay, don't know if you can see this or not. What had happened was the bar hadn't bent, but this hole had wallered out. So I'm gonna put an excessive amount of lubricant on this pipe and try to drive it in there. This will increase the bearing surface. The pipe should turn and everything ought to be hunky-dory. If it isn't, this will never make it on YouTube, and Marie and CC McGee will never see it. Instead, I'll cut to some butterflies going la 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 la. So let's see what happens. Well, so far so good. My cousin tried to commit suicide one time. Jumped off a banister down a stairwell from the 5th story. Caught himself on the 3rd story by reaching out and grabbing, I don't know, the banister or the floor of the stairwell or something. And I asked him, I said, well, what were you thinking of when you were hanging there? And he said, so far so good. All right, so let's see if we can get that bad boy hammered on there. There you go. A little stiffer than it used to be, but that's okay. That wasn't the operation I thought it was going to be. Woohoo! Now then, all we got to do is put the counterbalance back on. And I think, look at that, smooth as silk. I think we'll be back in business. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work or not. For the record, this is coffee grounds, dry coffee grounds. This is a tinder bundle I put together from the edge of the woods. Everything down here is soaked, everything. This, if you can see it, is cedar shavings. This is very finely split cedar. This is a sparking rod. This is nothing more than, that's a mosquito. This is nothing more than a cigarette lighter flint on steroids. But for some reason, all the hardcore bushcrafters carry one of these things. Personally, I like to carry 2 or 3 Bics and a fire starter. But I thought this would be worth a good experiment. Worth trying. So, let's see if we can get this thing to throw a few sparks. See those sparks? Those are sparks. And when they set fire to stuff like wood shavings, I'd come in here and I'd spark and I'd spark, and nothing was happening. And then it dawned on me that these turkeys are raking this fire steel hard enough that they're actually raking off molten metal into their tinder. So we're going to try this. Like I said, this is coffee grounds, dry. Okay, they're smoldering, so we're going to let those build up into a better coal. Let me get this knife up. I've already cut myself once today. I like to keep all my cutting edges absolutely razor sharp. And from that, I've got a numb forefinger and a numb thumb. The only good thing that comes out of that is you can pick hot things out of a fire. All I'm doing is just putting a little air on it. Letting it burn a little bit. You have to have a coal to consolidate. I've done this with a bow drill, and these coals are very fragile. I'm not even going to try to pick that one up. Usually you dump it. Usually you dump it into the tinder pile by turning it upside down. I think I'm just going to move this one. It seems pretty fragile. I'm just going to move it over here to my fireplace. Put my tinder bundle on top of it. And blow a little air on it. Yeah, there's a little smoke. Let's see, I thought maybe I'd already put it out, already smothered it. No, there it is. Let's see what happens.
Okay, we have fire. Put a few cedar shavings on it. More cedar toothpicks. It's struggling. The reason I use this plastic hose is just to keep my face out of the fire. I'm ugly enough as it is without any burn scars.
And there you have it. Fire from coffee. Get you some of it. See you later, alligator. So there you have it. Coffee built on a fire from coffee. I'm not much of a philosopher, but now would that be like a Judas goat taking the rest of the goats into the pen? In other words, that little tablespoon of coffee gets 4 or 5 tablespoons consumed? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Anyway, I'm going to let this burn down into a bunch of coals. In my meager experience, it takes about a foot of wood to get you an inch of coals. In other words, pile your wood on a foot high, and after it burns down, you'll have about an inch of coals, which is good to cook on. So I'll catch you later. Bye. Okay, as you can see here, we're trying several different experiments. One of them's biscuits on a grill, the other is biscuits on a stick. We'll see what develops. You can tell I let that one biscuit on the grill sit a little long, but the other one looks okay. Biscuit on a stick's coming along fine. So I'm gonna make my bed right now and I'll check in later. When I was free falling in the military, I found out that gravity was a bitch, and it still is. These stick biscuits, they have a rough time staying on the sticks, whereas the griddle biscuits, if you're attentive and don't turn them frequently, they cook up just fine. So I sure hope you all like biscuits and sausage tonight. Over here I got the bed all set up, and even though it's supposed to be clear and pretty tonight, don't you believe the weatherman. It's treachery. It always rains on me, but I'm prepared. Okay, catch you later.